Coach, thanks. We are about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and our home team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, good move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gators. Watch the screen. Pass. Back. Defense.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got him. Check.
Now Gordon. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
36. Ready.
Back to throw. James sets up the screen to Gordon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Get that ball. Check 37. Check. Hey, orbit. Kill. Five.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Young lady. Set. Watch out.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down, it's Scott.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. On the carry, this is Scott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Kill. Nice 50.
Breeze now to throw. And he's going to go down again.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. An update from Denver. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. James, off play action. He's got Fuller. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? 18 Gator. Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's James throwing on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll try the left side. Vick. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Squeeze.
Now a give, right side. Vick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Ready? 18 Gator. Mike's 47.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Wide. Get wide. Ready.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, if the coaching staff's done a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He's not going to get me time.
To throw is James. Throwing on 3rd and long. Open here, Adam Thielen. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
I'm coming after you. 47
James now throwing on 4th down. Open man once again, it's Thielen. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Breeze now on 1st down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
21.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Hey, Alpha.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Sammy! Opposite! Under 10,
They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set him back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded inside the 5. A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got 19. There. Single.
2nd and 10. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, #2. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Recon, 132 fighter. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 47. Watch the screen. Protein spell. Check 49. Let's go.
Now James. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Switch.
To throw again. James. It's complete to Fuller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, fellas.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Check it out, please. No. Check. Hey, kill.
Now Scott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. Short little throw to Ebron. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catches
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10. Let's go. 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ready. 95, 56. Come on. You better bring it. Jim. 02.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard.
Kill. Undercut. You're good. I full. Ready.
They'll run with Scott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Right back to him on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, it's Scott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Switch. 36.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
5. Now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete. It's Gordon. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
James off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ready. Yellow lady. You better break. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break.
Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Breeze. Complete to Hilton. They find some open field here. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Scott. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the keeper, it's Breeze. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Boston Scott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Bandit. Mike 55, Mike 55. You ain't going nowhere.
Now.
Here's James. Throwing again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. James. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Bree's going to throw. And this one complete to Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. There's Breeze. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go. It's our time. 47, Mike. 47.
Roll out.
To throw is James. Going to throw again. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Yep.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
James now. Off play action. Now he's forced out right. That is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Now James off the play fake. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go again with Scott. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. 50. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
On 3rd down, Scott. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Check it backer, check it backer. You're good, you're good. High 4, ready. Hey, echo.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Good job.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, keep it up, keep it up. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Check.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for New Orleans, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.